Hey guys, it's Terra from Erin Live, and today I've got our executive assistant Natalie here to talk with me about her Erin Condren Planner and her other organizational tools. So Natalie has to manage our entire office, and she does this by using an Erin Condren Planner, printing out daily pages from her email calendar, and also using a monthly desk calendar. Can you explain your planner calendar process a little bit?
Sure. So I print out a daily sheet just to kind of keep me organized for my 3 executives, as well as any travel that we have going on. And then on the right hand side of this sheet, I use the empty space to write in kind of my to-dos for the day, so it keeps me on task and on target. I also have a monthly calendar which keeps up with our corporate apartment stays, as well as all of our travel for the office. And anytime any of our executives are away, I add that to the calendar, as well as PTO requests. And then I use the Erin Condren calendar for my personal/professional. So I put everything that has to do with the executives that I support in here, and then everything personal as well.
So does it ever get to be overwhelming or confusing at all?
Kind of, but I think I've separated it enough that it doesn't seem too overwhelming. But sometimes, yes, it fills up very fast.
So you also color code everything.
Yes.
So how do you juggle your color coding for the office and color coding for your personal life?
So I typically color code by person. It seems to be a little easier for me. And then as far as the office goes, I have one color for travel, one color for our apartment, etc.
So how exactly did you come up with your system and how you do all of this?
Trial and error. At first I did not do it this way, and I felt scattered all over the place. I felt like I was missing things, or things were just falling through the cracks. So I trial and errored it a little bit, and that's when I started the daily sheet, and then as well as the Erin Condren to kind of help keep my life, my personal and professional life, in sync as well. And then this one kind of helped me to make sure I stayed on task with my to-dos for the day.
So what do you like most about your Erin Condren?
I think the fact that it keeps me organized, and that I can put so many things into it, like being able to keep up with my personal life as well as my professional life together, but not overlapping either. So.
And you actually use the stickers?
I do use the stickers. That's how I color code by my person for now, but that could also easily be done with just a colored pen as well.
Is there anything you don't like about the stickers?
They are small, so sometimes I run out of room to write things, and then I'll typically move to the colored pen option at that point. But yeah, they're small, and then you also have to keep buying them. So once you run out, then, well, okay, now I gotta buy some more. So that's kind of frustrating. I have for some things, so for like one person, they obviously do more in my calendar than other people, and so yes, it runs out a little bit faster.
So juggling so many different people all the time, do you have any tips for anyone else that has to do something similar?
Well, what has worked for me is being able to color code by person, so that has helped me out a lot, as well as just color coding in general. It's easier when you take a look at something either at a month or a day's glance, and you can just kind of look over and see, okay, for instance, this person in green today has a lot going on, so then I know who that is, versus someone else who may be out of the office or just doesn't have as much going on. So I try to tune into that, as well as on a monthly view, especially with my personal life, keeping up with a kid or etc. Being able to see it, her color versus my color, it helps me to not miss anything.
So I'm really big on certain days I fill out my planner. Like every Sunday night I fill out my planner, and then also Friday afternoons when I'm about to leave to work, I'll write down what I have to do on Monday. Do you also kind of do a set time, this is when I'm going to go over everything and fill it out, or do you just kind of do it as you go?
Typically I try to fill things out for the next week in a little bit more detail on a Friday afternoon. The night before I print off my daily planner and then kind of write my to-dos that I'm already aware of. And then for my monthly views though, or anything that comes up, I kind of, especially an event or something, I want to go ahead and jot it down so I don't forget about it, because if I don't write it down, I will forget about it.
Yeah. You've mentioned before that you don't really like hourly breakdowns in the Erin Condren. So what is it about that you don't like?
Well, I feel that it limits me a little bit, especially juggling multiple people in their calendars, because if I have, say, 2 people or even 3 people with something at the same hour, then I have no space to write all of that in, right? Especially if they're different meetings or things. So I typically like more of an open format, so I can kind of just write my own and then put my own time in there or things like that.
So with this one, since it's the vertical weekly and it's got those 3 chunks, but they're not labeled, do you still do it like morning, afternoon, evening? Or?
I do, yes, absolutely.
That's how I use mine in college too. Well, thank you so much for letting us pick your brain today. For more information on planners, go to earnspendlive.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel.